What's up, guys? So we're here with Dan. Dan is a former client of mine, and he's here today to talk about his experience working with me. So, yeah, we'll just get straight into it. Dan, how you doing? How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, doing well, man.
Cool, cool. Good to see you again. So yeah, where were you kind of at, like before starting working together? What was your kind of situation? Where were you at? What were you dealing with at that point in time?
Yeah, exactly. So when I first started, I was kind of in a awkward stage, where I was kind of into semen retention and this whole no fap thing, but I didn't really have the belief in the instruments to actually do it. Um, and that's where sort of like Ben came in and did all the work.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So like, where were you at with your journey? Because yeah, I think your case was slightly different in that um you'd already started this, right? Like you'd
Yeah,
already made a start, and would you agree it was kind of like you were in this loop of like gaining a bit of results, but not really getting to that point where you feel like 100% confident? Would you say
yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like what I've kind of learned on this thing is the sort of belief factor, having that confidence to actually do and live this sort of lifestyle. Because before I didn't really have like the sort of purpose, and I think this is where like the sort of belief has come in, having that that attitude to actually want to carry out this. Yeah.
yeah, 100%. So what actually made you decide, like because you were already doing this, right? Like you already had a streak down. We jumped on a call and you decided to work with me. Like, what was it for you that made you decide, you know what, I wanna do this?
Well, I think the first thing is that as you said earlier, is the streaks and the loop of streaks. Getting 30 days and then so to say relapsing. But um, yeah, for me it was the self confidence and like avoiding certain things, getting rid of certain things I do in my life, like certain habits. And this inevitably meant that I could actually carry out this lifestyle much easier. Um, but yeah, I think those are the main things: the habits and the purpose for me.
Yeah, for sure. So those were like the main things that. So what would you say were the main things that changed as a result of us working together that you didn't have before? Kind of what you said there, but dive a bit deeper into it.
Um, I'd say confidence.
Confidence
Um,
in what sense? So like in terms of your ability to do this, or just confidence as a trait as a whole?
both, both exactly. Obviously, you're going to get confidence from all the traits outside of this, but um, just going to bed at night and knowing that you can just do this is so much easier. And then obviously that correlates to like doing work, making money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. And how long did it kind of take to start seeing those changes in like your mindset and kind of like starting to believe like, oh crap, like I can actually do this? How long did that take?
Probably a month in, 3 weeks in. So that the effects are clearly there within 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Cool, man. And what would you say were the biggest like things that you learned or took away that you didn't know beforehand before starting the coaching?
Um,
Kind of principles, kind of lessons, like.
like we dived in earlier, like the belief. Um, I feel like, as I said earlier, the belief for me is the biggest one. Um, just having that confidence. How do I say it? Just to like go around and feel like, oh, I know what to do. Um, in semen retention. Um, but yeah, kind of lost on that one actually. But
Yeah, no, it's cool. And what kind of so like to give some context, so you kind of came onto this about what was it, about 30 days in
Yeah,
already?
yeah,
And you wanted
exactly.
to kind of make this like a permanent lifestyle. So you wanted that accountability. So where are you now then? Like where are you actually now in terms of you know, if we're talking numbers, not that that's something I put too much emphasis on, but you know, if we're talking numbers, where are you now?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I don't even know at the moment. Probably over like 110 days, something like that.
And like,
Um,
would you
so
say
it's
you
a
don't
good,
know? Oh yeah, you can. Sorry.
yeah, so it's a good number. But yeah, the fact that it's just become a lifestyle, and I forgot about the numbers. I think that's one of the main things that I've carried out from this. Because at the end of the day, this whole semen retention, it should just be normal. It should just be like within us, when it shouldn't be like an addiction. So yeah,
And are you surprised at like how effortless it's become? Did you ever think that was possible?
I mean, 6 months ago, I could be like journaling for about like 3 hours, trying to get rid of this addiction for real, and I never could like really like find this um the sort of secret to it, and that's what I've kind of learned on this.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, it shows. And then as a result of getting this far, what kind of benefits did you experience? Like, how did your life change? What changed around you as a result of getting this far in and having this kind of mindset?
Oh, this far in, oh, literally like 90% of my life has just changed. Like, I had a presentation the other day, I think we mentioned on another call, like just walking up to the presentation was just so easy. Um, I play football as well. Like, playing football is just so much easier, so much confidence on the ball. Speaking to mates about certain things. Also speaking to women is so much easier. Um, and just general confidence. Even the way I walk as well is changed. It's just quite funny. But
Amazing,
yeah,
man. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And yeah, and do you attribute that to this? Like, would you say there wasn't another factor in play that could have caused those changes to happen?
no, because I think it's the self belief that you're doing something that isn't shameful every day, and you're living a life of purpose, and you're living a life of fulfillment, rather than doing shameful acts every day. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, 100%. No, that's a great response. And like the last kind of two questions, one of them being, so here you are now, we worked together for not that long a space of time, but quite long at the same time. Here, this is where you are. Where do you see yourself in 6 months? Like, what do you think? What does your life look like in 6 months' time?
Oh, it's completely different. Um, if I do carry on, I think there's going to be huge growth, because even within what are we doing? What, 3 months? I've
Well,
seen every.
it wasn't actually, it's a bit less than that. It's about 45 days. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, 45 days. Um, but in terms of like this whole seam retention, like, every month I've been growing. Every week I've been growing. So within 6 months, it's going to be, the results are going to be shown. But where do I see myself? I see myself um, making a lot more money, um, being on a bit more purpose, as I said earlier, um, and just, yeah, just becoming more me.
that's a great answer. Cool, man. And then the last question I have is, if you could go back in time and, like, let's say there's the version of you that didn't sign up, that was thinking about signing up to the coaching, and if you had an opportunity, and I know you signed up, but let's say someone else, if you had the opportunity to say something to them, what would you say, like, about, beforehand, what would you say to them?
Yeah. So
Because they're
what I'd
unsure,
say,
they're not 100%.
yeah. So what I'd say is, Ben offers something that you don't really get, and what I feel that I've learned is the belief, from Ben, and having that the competence and the confidence to actually do this is what I've sort of learned. But yeah, what I'd say is that do this if you want to like fully do it for life, because when I was doing this before, I was kind of like in this awkward stage where I'd had a bit of experience in the thing, in the lifestyle, but never really like fulfilled it. So if you really want to carry out and be serious about this, I'd say do it, and do it now.
Cool, man.
Because yeah, if you're not confident on it, do it.
Definitely,
Because
man.
having that one-to-one coaching is the best thing you can have. Because it's not like a lone, like some people say, oh, you've got to do this on your own, like fix your own problems, but it just doesn't work as much. Or for me, it doesn't as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's great advice. Well, Dan, thank you for sharing that, and well done. You've done yourself proud. You've actually done this, which is not something a lot of people actually solve. So yeah, man, it's been good getting your insight. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, we will. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
No worries.
Cool.
In bed.